I was really hoping to go back to using my wireless controller today, but I still don't have any AAA batteries because I forgot about that, so we are going to stick with our old trusty wired friend today. And welcome back, everybody. This is your host, LovelyCheesePizza here. Welcome back to Let's Play some more driving virtual cars in my office at my parents' house. So let's do the fucking thing. Game status, 61.2%. We've won 252 races. We've lost 30 races, though. That is crazy to me, because I don't feel like I've lost that many. But, what are you going to do? So, we are going to go back in, and we're going to do some more rally events, because we did that last time, and it was fucking fun. I totally forgot how enjoyable that really was, just because it's been so long. And I think that now that we have a rally card that's actually really good, and the Ravens are going to sign Mark Ingram and Earl Thomas, yikes for that. I mean, Earl Thomas is all fucking busted up. Why would somebody like still want to go after that? But hey, it's not my place of business. Let's do Smoky Mountain Rally 2 because we just did Smoky Mountain 1, so it's still kind of fresh in my mind a little bit. So let's do it. Maybe we'll get some more cool shit out of it. I mean, we got that Ford Focus rally car, which, by the way, it's never appealed to me at all. It really hasn't. Like, I'd rather have the Corolla, and it's still, in its own right, it looks kind of janky and odd. Like, it doesn't look like the Corolla that I like. I like Adam Corolla. And I like certain models of Corollas, but that weird hatchbacky one is not one of them. So, it's all good, though. We should be able to win this one hands down. I mean, we were losing by, like, 11 seconds after my wireless controller died a horrible, horrible death. And we were able to, barrel our way out of that one because all of a sudden I went, like, Super Saiyan God Ultra Instinct mode or whatever the fuck it's called now. and I came all the way out of it and won by almost a full second. So that was absolutely amazing. So, we'll see how this whole thing shakes out. But I've got a little story for you, and it is a testament to people everywhere that whatever you do, do not ever offer to fix social media issues for old white men. Or old men in general. It is not limited to white dudes. It just so happened to be a white dude. And so, it's... Ugh. So, I'm working by myself. I think it was back on Saturday. And, so I'm working, it was super busy, but it got quiet for a while, and this guy comes in, and he was actually the very first customer that I ever helped when I started working at Salem Health Foods. He was my very first customer, so, he knows my parents really well and all that shit. And so he comes in, and I mean, he's, we always chat for a little while when he comes in, and like, I've known this guy to be one of those, like, pretty pervy-ass old men, like, whenever an attractive woman of any kind like passes by or comes in or whatever, he's always got to have like some little comment to make, like under his breath, just loud enough that I can hear it, but quiet enough so that she can't. And it's always like, oh man, I wouldn't mind biting off a piece of that, that kind of shit. And so he's coming in. I mean, we weren't talking about anything like that this time around, but he asked, he had something that he wanted to show me on his phone of like a product he was looking for, but then he was like fumbling around on his Facebook app, and he's like, Adam, you're the tech savvy one out of everybody, right? And I was like, I mean, yeah. He's like, well, do you think you can help me with a couple of things real quick? He's like, he's like, obviously I'm not in the know of this type of stuff like you are. He's like, I'm sure that you have a pretty good grasp of social media and Facebook and all that stuff. It's like, yeah, I mean, I do. He's like, well, I'm trying to get rid of some people on my friends list that I don't talk to anymore, but I can't seem to, figure out how to, navigate through all of it. And so I was like, all right, well, I'll help you out. And so I grab his phone, and, he has me type in the people that he wants to get rid of. And I go into this dude's friends list, and I kid you not, 97 or 98% of the people in his friends list were all like, they're all like fake profiles from like, you know, like cam girl models and like people that are totally like not even real profiles, that the only thing that's inside of their, you know, you know, profile are like, oh, come watch me fuck myself on cam. go to this link that's probably not even real, that'll just give your computer horrible you know, viruses and stuff. And I'm just sitting here thinking, I don't even want to know what the hell you've been doing. Because they're all like, you know, like Russian mail order bride type of girls, and like these people that, you know, if they were actual real people, would have no reason whatsoever to befriend a guy that's in like his late 70s, early 80s. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh god, what in the hell are you doing in your own time? Because I don't think he's married anymore, so I think he's single. So it's like, I can't for the life of me, for just like that one single span of a couple moments, I'm just sitting here thinking like, do I even want to know that he's probably sitting there like just scrolling through all these profiles, you know, while Wheel of Fortune or Jeopardy's on in the back, or like Diagnosis Murder, while he's sitting there yanking his old wrinkly erector set. You know, it's just, oh god. And then he's like, oh, I gotta go take my blood pressure medication because I'm about to have a fucking coronary because I've been looking at this weird faulty Facebook porn. It's like, ah. And like as soon as I helped him get, you know, done with what he wanted to get done with, I felt like so gross and dirty that I had to go wash my hands, and they don't make water hot enough. It was, oh god. But that's just one of those moments where it's like, I don't think that ever again I'm going to offer to, you know, I don't think I'm going to offer to go through an older man's phone just because of the sheer paranoia that I'm going to run across a bunch of weird porn models that he's following. I mean, not that I, you know, went through any of their profiles or anything, but it's like, you know, the ones that are totally fake because they have names that don't even sound like real names. And they'll always send you friend requests in just like big chunks, and you know, it's always like, oh, I opened up my profile just like a month ago, and they have no posts except for like 4 pictures. They don't have any posts of anything, you know, pertaining to anything normal. They don't have a single post that's just like, oh, I went out to, you know, have, you know, some food and it was fucking awesome, or, you know, posting pictures of cats or whatever. It's always like just like 5 or 6 display pictures, and then that's it. It's just ugh. And then you always get the one where like you think that it's gonna be a real person because the name looks pretty normal and they look like just an average person, and then you go into it and it's just like absolutely not even close. I've had a couple of those where I fell for it for like a day, and then I was like, and then I actually saw them post something and it was totally just like this raunchy shit, and I was like, okay, I don't need that. I don't need that in my space at all. This is not a thing that's necessary. Oh, that was my brother just liked my my Twitter post that I put up last night of the fact that the Browns are actually going to be good at football for the first time in like for fucking ever. Since like they might, this is like probably their first opportunity of being like legit good since like the 90s or even like the late 80s. Who knows? I don't remember. I mean, obviously I'm not like super in-depth following the Cleveland Browns because let's be honest, outside of Cleveland nobody really is unless they're getting paid for it. But like when I was in the hospital being born, I mean, it was the Broncos and the Browns in the AFC Championship game when what is it, what the fuck is that guy's name? Was it Ernest Bynum fumbled the ball on like the 1 yard line because God, was it Steve Atwater? I don't know. I'm trying to remember who it was that did it, but I think Steve Atwater totally like just slammed into him at the 1 yard line and he fumbled the ball, and then the curse of the Cleveland Browns began because they used to be really, really good, and then they weren't. And the curse of them having like 42 quarterbacks in 20 years the legend began from there. But they're like, dude, they're gonna be like legit good. They totally just got Odell Beckham Jr. and I don't understand how in the fuck. Like, why would you go there? I mean, obviously it's probably a better option than the New York Giants. I totally get that. Eli Manning's at the end of his career. But it's just like, it's so bizarre that somebody would willingly say, instead of being, instead of going to a team like, the Texans or even like the Raiders. I mean, Antonio Brown just went to the Raiders, but, going for like to a team like the Texans or like the Falcons or the Saints or whatever, it's like, oh man, I want to go to the Cleveland Browns. Because like, he's super fucking hyped to be there. It's so weird. Like, it's so odd to think of the idea that somebody is excited on purpose to go play for the Cleveland Browns. But I mean, think about their skill position players on offense right now. They have Baker Mayfield, who had like a decent rookie year, all things considered. They just picked up Kareem Hunt after he got, ousted from the Chiefs for being a fucking dick of a human being and, punching and kicking his girlfriend or whatever the hell it was that he was doing. Okay, all right. He went fucking gung-ho on that. He was doing what I was doing, where he just threw all the caution into the wind. He's just like, fuck it, man. I'm going into the wall. I don't even give a shit. If it kills me, it kills me. I'm ready to die. Those Valkyries could come take my soul and, thrust me into, afterlife battle or whatever. Okay, but they got Baker Mayfield, they got Kareem Hunt in the backfield, they've got Jarvis Landry as a legit wide receiver option, and now they're gonna have Odell Beckham Jr. Like, that's a fucking squad. And even like one of their other receivers, David Njoku, who I have no idea where the hell he played. But it seems like anytime they'd ever show highlights of a Cleveland game on ESPN or NFL Network, it seems like that guy was always catching touchdowns. So it's like, they show a lot of promise for being probably legit good. And now they're projected to win their division. Like, when was the last time you ever heard the sentence, the Cleveland Browns win the AFC, whatever division that it was, the AFC South or whatever. I don't even fucking know. Oh, God. Okay. Alrighty. So... it's crazy to think about, man. It really is. I'm like really excited for football now, especially because the Packers totally picked up 4 new players, and I'm feeling good about that. But like, I'm kind of sort of pulling for the Browns for a few minutes now, because I don't know, it seems like they got a chance to be decent. And I feel like, that's one of the most loyal fan bases out there. Like, their team has sucked ever-loving ass for a really long time. And so now that they're, finally on the doorstep of being considered good, like, they fucking deserve it, man. They really do. They have been through some shit. I mean, like, just 2 years ago, they went 0-16. So, I think they deserve their moment in the sun. Because, God, man, that's just got to be hard. It really does. I mean, I've been a Packers fan for my life, and they're one of the most prized franchises in all of sports. So, okay. Oh God. Okay. Yep. This is why I don't like doing that. Okay. That is why I don't really like doing that move too much. But we will be okay. I'm fine. I'm okay. Oh, by the way, okay. I was watching Toy Story the other night, and I can't believe I didn't notice this, but when Woody, I almost called him Harry. Yes, when Harry and Buzz, because I totally remember that iconic character of Toy Story, Harry the cowboy. When Woody and Buzz are in Sid's room, right towards the end of the movie, when Buzz has the rocket attached to him and Woody does the woe is me shit, there's totally a moment where you can see Sid's toolbox in there, and there's totally a fucking Binford tool sticker on it. That's totally like a really cool little Easter egg, which would mean that Toy Story and Home Improvement are in the same canon universe, because there'd be no other reason for that to be there. Where the hell is Al Borland in all this, Does he approve? Because I approve. I absolutely approve of that message. Okay. There we go. That's the speed we need to do that at. We need to slam on the brakes right before we get there. That'll make it all good. Alright. Yeah, dude, I can totally get used to doing some rally races for a while. Like, this car handles so much better than the one that we just kind of jerry-rigged together with, like, an old toe and some packing foam and a 9-iron. I mean, the Impreza was nice. It's just, like, it doesn't even feel anywhere near as optimized as this. Like, this car is handling, like, an absolute dream, you know? Like, I mean, obviously, this track isn't really that taxing on your rally skills. It's got, like, a couple of little sharp doozies in it. It's obviously nothing like Tahiti Maze, where that thing is just like it's like a serpentine nightmare. But, I mean, to get my dirt legs again, 'cause I don't really feel like sea legs is the right term here. I mean, I feel like I'm doing pretty good with it. So this is definitely going to be our car of the future to finish up the rest of these, and then everything's going to be awesome. Okay, let's try it again. There we go. Yeah, just anything to keep us from getting way too much air, because we were getting a lot of it there for a moment. Okay. Let's move along here. As soon as we get done with this race, I need to pee so bad. I had the opportunity to do it while I was brushing my teeth, and I was like, dude, I'm just gonna go film real quick. It's not gonna even be a big deal. I shouldn't even, but as soon as we got to, like, lap 4, all of a sudden, just all this fluid just dropped down, and it's like, oh god, I gotta let the floodgates open, otherwise I'm gonna be in trouble. I'm gonna be in deep shit. We're building a nice little lead here. This is good. I was feeling a little bit apprehensive when we had that moment where the car caught up to us after he decided to basically commit suicide. If it weren't for the fact that this game does not allow you to shed all the way through the fucking barrier wall and go careening down the cliff to your ultimate explosive doom like the O'Doyles did in I almost said Happy Gilmore, in Billy Madison. God, dude, imagine if you could do that by accident. Just like, if you're going way too fast and, you're not paying attention, and you just go slamming into the wall, you could totally just bust through it and go have, like, one of those Killer Instinct moments where somebody flies off a building and they just go all the way down, they land on the bottom, and they just fucking explode. I mean, the explosion part didn't happen in Killer Instinct, but that would have been hilarious. I mean, it could have made sense for, like, if it would have happened to Fulgore, because he was a robot. Have him fall off of the top of the building that Orchid fights on, and when he lands on top of the car, just have him just burst into 16-bit flames. That would have been cool. I thought that would have been a great touch to have. There we go. And look at that. I mean, we did great. I'm not going to sit here and beat around the bush. Like, I feel really good about my performance on this. The things that you can accomplish when you're not having a controller running out of battery power, forcing you to run into walls and spin out like a dumbass. Hey! 1111, make a wish, I wish that my tax return would get here really quickly, because we've got to start planning for Harrison's first birthday. It's, like, literally in a month, to the day. I mean, his birthday's on the 10th next month, but we're gonna do it on the 13th, probably. So, alright. Okay, so let's collect our prize really quick, and then I'm gonna have to go, because I'm starting to do, like, the piss dance here. Ooh, we got another one! Tight! I mean, I don't need it. We already have one, but, I mean, it's cool that we got another one. I will sell it and get more money. I don't know why I totally did, like, this weird fucking Bakura from Yu-Gi-Oh! You're no match for my Deer-bound! Nah! I totally finished up that series the other day, and Bakura is out of his fucking mind. That guy is a psycho if I've ever seen one. So, with that said, my friends, we're going to stop right here. When we come back on the next episode of Let's Play Gran Turismo 3, the Ultimate Driving Simulator, we got more rally races to do. I'm really enjoying these, so we'll kind of ride the wave for a little while until I get sick of them again. Or we just finish them all up. So, you guys take it easy. This is your host, LovelyCheesePizza, saying, do not help old people with Facebook stuff. Ever. And I'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Have a good one.